Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. So today's podcast is going to be a review of Love Island 2019, episode 25. Continuing the kind of storylines, and it's continuing the storyline of heads being turned, and obviously the main people that we are all interested in seeing if their heads will turn are Michael and Curtis. Obviously there's the kissing challenge, and obviously the behaviour in the kissing challenge would be a telltale sign of where people's heads are. Amber didn't really participate in snogging. She kind of kept it at a peck, while as we see Michael kind of went for it. It was a bit more intense on his side. He did a proper snog. Tommy, he snogged somebody as well, but so did Molly. Molly was saying how she'd be annoyed if Tommy did snog somebody, or she's annoyed that Tommy did snog somebody. But again, she did the same thing and she jumped in the pool for a three-way kiss. So really Molly just needs to be quiet because she literally did the same thing. We see Maura kiss somebody else. We see her kiss Marvin. Obviously she has a thing with Denon going on. And Curtis kisses Jordan. Obviously we see him kind of talk to her and basically say, he's kind of interested in her, and he's not saying his head's turning, but he's, open to getting to know new people. Again, I'm not sure if Curtis really likes Jordan. Like I said, I would have thought perhaps he would have gone for Maria or something. I'm less sure that he doesn't like her today. Again, I'm not sure. It's kind of like 50-50. Kind of 50-50 on whether he actually likes Jordan, but he went in for that kiss. That kiss was quite intense. If Curtis does leave Amy, I think it would be purely to advance his own game. Obviously, they're now very aware that they're not a popular couple. So if Curtis was to leave Amy, I think the sole reason would be because he knows that they're not going to be a winning couple. Yeah, I know a lot of people want to see that happen, and I kind of do too. Obviously, it would be great for the producers, which is why I'm thinking now it could be a possibility, because I know the producers would love not one but two couples separating. And then obviously Anna and Jordan are still fresh, but it's looking like Jordan actually likes Anna. So that would potentially be 3 fallouts, and the producers would love that, because obviously the season's been a bit dry. For us, kind of I don't think he will, but I think there is a possibility that Curtis could turn his head. But what do you think? So Amy is now having doubts about Curtis because she kind of susses that Curtis must have kissed somebody in the other house. Amy is entitled to be complaining and insecure about the situation. Even though I don't like her, Curtis has been going on they're going to get married. So I can understand why Amy is annoyed and nervous. But I'm not here for the way that she's kind of trying to project that onto Amber, trying to make Amber worry. Amber should be worrying because her man is cheating on her basically. But I don't think it's Amy's place to be projecting her worries onto Amber and making Amber feel worse than she already does. Do you feel like she was bad for trying to project onto Amber or not? Or do you feel like she was being a friend to Amber by telling her not to be stupid kind of thing? What do you think Amy was trying to be there? Do you feel like Amy was trying to be a good friend for Amber in that moment, or do you feel like she was just projecting her own insecurities? So Stevie is laying it on thick on Lucy. He went in for the kiss. He's planted it. I counted Stevie out. I just thought he's not going to have a chance with anyone in the house, let alone Lucy. She likes George, and I guess George, he needs to step up his game. Because honestly, I don't really care who Lucy ends up with, but I'd prefer to see George every day rather than Stevie every day. I feel like he can be annoying. After he called Tommy an airhead, straight off the gate, I feel like he's one of those very uppity people who are up their own asses, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like him. I don't know what his game plan is here. Having said that, George is beginning to step his game up. He shared a bed with Lucy. They didn't kiss, but she made him a cup of tea. So I guess it's really down to Lucy at this point. We never really know what her head is. She loves a triangle, doesn't she? So I guess we'll see tomorrow what happens. Jordan says that she's not interested in Curtis to Danny, and Danny is actually pursuing Jordan now. In their little conversation, Danny actually says that even if Arabella was still in the house, he would have still been open to getting to know people, and basically saying that he only was coupled up with her for 2 days. But Danny, weren't you crying 2 days ago? But Danny, weren't you crying the last episode, being so sad and upset because you lost something so precious? So obviously, Danny's media training didn't last very long, and we all knew it wasn't going to last very long. I would have thought perhaps maybe he would have waited another day to at least make it look realistic, but he's not the best actor, is he? Out of all of the girls, I was surprised that he went for Jordan, because I had assumed that his type was white girls and rumoured that his type was that he usually dates white or mixed race girls. So that's what I kind of thought that his type was. I guess you can maybe question, maybe he did like you one day because Jordan is black too. I wouldn't say so. I still don't think he likes you one day. 2 different skin tones. I think he's one of those people who have like cut-off points of how dark they will date, and I think that, you know, Jordan is within his cut-off point. He got over Arabella really quick. They shared a bed together, they had a little kiss. Jordan says that it was Danny who initiated the kiss. Personally, at first I was like, Jordan, what are you doing? Like, why are you going for Danny of all people? Curtis there, he says that he likes you, why don't you go for Curtis? Obviously with Jordan, he's kind of saying that he misses Anna and he doesn't have a connection with anyone like he has with Anna. Obviously, not knowing Anna's cracking on with Ovi. So obviously he's probably out of the game. So she's thinking, all right, on to the next one. So on to the next one. Who's next? Danny. So she's probably thinking, and at the same time, she's probably suspicious of Curtis because Amy and Curtis seem like such a solid couple. So perhaps maybe she's thinking, if she was to pursue Curtis, it's not going to be as secure as it would be with Danny. Danny is single, so Danny would be the better choice to go. So I think this is all a part of Jordan's game plan. I'd like to think that Jordan is smarter than to be with somebody with Danny. Like, even after he asked her, like, if Arabella was still here, would you be open to getting to know more people? And he blatantly said yes, after he was going on about how amazing she is. Every person who heard that statement would know that the same thing would happen to you if you were Arabella, if you were your one day. He'd just be palming everybody else as soon as he gets the opportunity to. I think she's smart enough to see through the bullshit and is literally gonna, as soon as she can, she'll probably find somebody else. I think she's playing a very smart game. Denon, I feel like he is feeling threatened. He probably thought that he had secured his spot with Mora, but obviously Mora's been having the wandering eye. She's getting to know new people. As we saw, she was talking with Marvin. They looked like they were getting along. Honestly, I think it's down to Mora, to be honest. You never really know with Mora. You know, one day she wants a fun fling, one day she wants a gentleman in a relationship. So I think it's really down to what Mora decides. If she wants something that could be potentially a genuine relationship, then she'd pick Marvin. And if she wanted like fun, kind of summer fling, she'd pick Denon. So I don't really know what she's after. So I guess with Mora, we'll literally just have to see. Personally, I think I'd prefer to see her with Marvin. I think Denon is very young and immature. And, you know, when he was saying, like, I only have eyes for you, like, you could just smell the desperation. Like, he's definitely feeling the heat. He knows that Casa Amor is ending soon and that he might be and he knows that his time could potentially be coming for an end. So I think that's why he basically said that to Mora. And I feel like Mora kind of just smelt through that bullshit. But yeah, who would you prefer to see Mora with? Do you have a preference, or do you just not care? Or would you prefer to see her with Marvin, or would you prefer to see him with Denon? Belle, I think she's pretty much secured her spot with Anton. Again, you know, I'm not sure if she actually generally likes Anton. He's an easy target to secure a spot in the house. I guess we'll see once they actually get in the house if this is a relationship that would go anywhere. Obviously, last year, Dr. Alex, Anton's kind of being compared to Dr. Alex because Dr. Alex was just hopeless in finding someone. He found someone in Casa Amor, and then as soon as they got back to the villa, like, she palmed him off like the first day. So that could happen to Anton. So I guess we could see. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. So obviously, next episode, we know that Casa Amor is coming to an end, and they now have to choose who they want to be with. I'm not sure what it is this year. They haven't really said if because obviously last year, the year before last year, how Casa Amor worked was, So say you're in a coupling and you decide that you want to couple up with the new girls. If the person that you were coupled up with in the main villa, decided not to couple up, then that person would go home. So therefore, if Michael was to pick Joanna and Amber didn't pick anyone, Amber would have went home. But obviously last year, that wasn't the case, that they just kind of stayed and the person that they broke up with just remained single. Ovi and Anna are pretty solid. It'd be interesting to see how Jordan takes it. Obviously, we all thought that Jordan was going to be... I personally thought that Jordan was going to crack on with some other bird that came in. I'm surprised that he didn't. Anna must be an amazing girl to have, Jordan not having his head turned. That'd be interesting to see what happens. But also, Anna, I feel like Anna will feel guilty because I think the reason why she's so comfortable cracking on with Ovi is because she thinks that Jordan is cracking on with somebody else. Obviously, Michael and Amber, I think Michael's going to do it. I'm 100% sure that Michael's going to do it. His behaviour, he's already sharing a bed with Joanna. It's a done deal. Michael's leaving Amber. And at first I was kind of here for the drama, but obviously seeing how faithful Amber was, half of me is I want to see the drama, but half of me feels quite sad for Amber because you can tell that she really was making an effort in this relationship, and the fact that she didn't snog anyone. But, this is just, and it's going to be peak for Amber, but you can't be putting the amount of trust that you'd put in your husband into somebody who's not even your boyfriend. You can't. But obviously, there's going to be fireworks. There's going to be intense feelings. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. But honestly, I feel a bit guilty for even wanting that entertainment because I feel really sorry for Amber. Amy, I couldn't care less about Amy. But I think that by default, Curtis will have to just be with Amy because he's spending all his time pursuing Jordan. And that is what annoys me because, Michael basically told him, she's gone off with Danny, she's kissed Danny, she's shared a bed with Danny. And Curtis is saying they're oh yeah, that's fine. What? Find another person. Any person with a functioning brain would think, okay, cool, let me see what the other girls are saying. And what's also annoying me is, what are the other girls doing? They know the business. They've already, word travels fast in the villa. So it's okay, bet. Curtis likes Jordan. Jordan is cracking on with Danny. Curtis's head is turned. Let me go see what Curtis is saying. But all of these girls there are just, topping up their tans, accepting defeat. It's what's the point? What's the point? What was the point of coming on national TV to not even make an effort to try and secure your spot? We see Curtis basically saying that he would pick Jordan, and Jordan's kind of are you being serious? So I don't think that Curtis's Jordan is type. If Curtis is being Bible, I'm gonna choose you. If Jordan was smart, but the thing is, obviously Curtis's head could be changed. But obviously, from a game plan point of view, Jordan would have a better chance of having a long run on the show if she's with Curtis because the public hate Curtis. The public hate Amy and Curtis together. More so, from what I'm kind of seeing is from what I have seen, people liked Curtis and then they started to hate him because of Amy. So therefore, Curtis could potentially redeem himself if he was coupled up with somebody else. And Jordan is not going to have a good game with Danny because people don't like Danny after he did your one day dirty. So Curtis would be a better person to couple up with her game plan. So I guess it's up to Jordan really, because I think she's definitely has a game plan in hand. And if we're thinking strictly about game plans, it would be a better game plan for Jordan to get with Curtis. But let me know what you think. Do you feel in terms of Jordan's game, would she be better off coupling up with Danny or Curtis? And obviously, Michael, he goes in for the kiss for Jordan. So we already know it's a done deal out here. It's a done deal for Amber and Michael. It's peak. And then Caroline Flack enters the villa. It's the recoupling like it's the Casa Amor recoupling. This is, the most anticipated recoupling of the season. I feel sorry for my girl Amber, but it's gonna happen. Michael's gonna come back with a different girl and she's gonna be standing there by herself. So I'm not sure if they're gonna show everything tomorrow or whether they're gonna seep it onto the episode after tomorrow's episode. I guess we'll have to see. But what are your predictions for the recoupling for everyone? I don't know who Lucy's gonna choose. Anton's obviously gonna be with Belle. And then the only solid couple is Molly and Tommy. They're the only really solid couple. But I'm not sure who Lucy's going to choose. And I'm not sure who Maura's going to choose. Pretty sure Jordan's going to stay single. And I guess it's just whether Curtis will be successful with Jordan. That is the only way he's not going to come back single. On Twitter, as you can expect, I haven't seen anyone kind of bash Michael, but people are disappointed that he is stepping out of his relationship of Amber, and people are feeling very sorry for Amber. People are saying that he's threw the 50k away. What do you think? Do you feel like this is a really bad game plan for Michael? Obviously there has been situations where obviously Kem and Amber, they were the winners of the show 2 seasons ago. They both came back with different people, but then they decided to get back together and they went on to win. Josh and Kaz, they got together in Casa Amor and Georgia was left there single. This could definitely compromise how far he gets in the competition. Yes, that could happen, but do you think it will? Because Josh and Kaz managed to get to the final. So do you feel like Michael could still have a fair go at having a long game? Now, obviously, Amber's getting a lot of support on Twitter and people are very sympathetic with her. I'm feeling very bad for Amber. In terms of Jordan, it's kind of like half and half. A lot of people are kind of saying, why does Jordan like Danny? And a lot of people are saying that she's playing him and that they hope that she's playing him. Personally, I think that she is kind of playing him. I think she knows what Danny is about. She knows that no one can hold him to his word. Like, he literally just lied again on this episode. So I think that Jordan is playing him. Do you feel like Jordan actually likes Danny? Or because she did kiss him, so obviously there must be an attraction there. Obviously you never know. You got to do what some people, they do what they have to do. But she did kiss him, so I'm assuming there is some sort of attraction. But what do you think? So in terms of Amy and Curtis, there are a few tweets linked to Curtis that are kind of in support of Amy and are not here for how Curtis is, how they feel is mugging Amy off. And but there are a lot more tweets of people who want Curtis to be successful with Jordan and want, him to come back to the villa with another girl. But I think that is more so because people don't like Amy. Also, if you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter. My handle is @shannonfabuloso. That's SHANNONFABULOSO. It's also in the description. I usually live tweet during the episode, so feel free to @me during the episode with your opinions. And let me know what your predictions are for tomorrow's episode. Is there anyone who still thinks that Michael may change his mind at the last minute and choose to stick with Amber? And what are we thinking about Curtis? Do you feel like it's looking like he actually just wants to ditch it's looking like he actually does just want to ditch Amy, but do you think he will be successful in pursuing Jordan? Because that seems like the only girl he's after. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.